Hey, how's it going, guys? So, it is time for us to have a little report on the Step Up language program. We're about to end this session of the program, and I'd like to give you some information about what was the turnout of the program and things that are about to come. So, first of all, I'd like you to understand that this program is for all people that want to learn languages and or want to improve the languages that they already know. Um, and the reason I started this program was because I noticed that many people were looking for a place where they could practice the language and share their experience and look for other people's experience in order to improve their own progression with languages, right? And I don't think that people have to pay to be part of a community. I don't believe that people have to pay to be part of a group. I don't think that is socially wrong. Like we don't have to, we shouldn't have to pay for social interaction. Having said that, I understand that if you have um, a course, if you offer a service, then of course you have the right to request payment for that. So with the SULP, the Step Up Language Program, we started a pilot program with three things. Well, I had three things in mind when I had the idea of the SULP, and then when you guys started, you provided me with information on things that need to change, things that need to be better, and things that you need in order to achieve your goals. So the first thing that I wanted to check was the level of acceptance. Okay, so how people would look at the idea and how they would move on with it. If they would accept. And it turned out that we had a good amount of people interested in the program. And as the first pilot program was rolling, there were more people that came after. They were also interested in it. So the turnout was good. So despite the lack of marketing, because since the pilot program was free, there was no money in marketing or anything like that, and there will probably not be any in the future either, because those that want to learn, they will search for it, they will look for it. We don't have to go after them. We don't have to push people to do anything. We can try to motivate them, but not push them. And then with that hook, we'll go to the second thing, which was to check the level of motivation that people have in learning languages and studying, and most importantly, studying on their own, because that's the philosophy we try to pass on to other people, that they can learn without having to go to a school and in a much faster pace. So I wanted to see what motivated people to study and to progress. I wanted to see what would not motivate people to move on and to progress. And I noticed various aspects of social behavior, in particular to what people expect to see in a language program, in a challenge, in whatever it is that they are participating. The first thing is the novelty aspect of it. People like new things. They like innovation. Okay, that brings more people than other things. And the second is the interaction with other people that are doing the same thing. People love the interaction, the social interaction. There are some that don't. But again, every aspect has its cons, I would say. Some people will not like that that aspect of it. Even the one that is most sought after, which is innovation. Some people don't like innovation. They like to stick to whatever they do and move on. And the third one was the little nudge, like the accountability part. That is a big one too, in a different direction. So, what was the conclusion of the motivation? First, people need to have different things coming constantly. If not a real 180 change, at least something new that they can try, something new that they can add on or adapt to whatever they are doing. The second thing is people seem to not put as much value to something that is free. Unfortunately, I didn't want to believe that, because free things are good, right? Because you don't have to spend money with it. You can use the money for other things, and if you don't have the money, you can do it anyway, right? But no, unfortunately, there is motivation attached to a money value. I was talking to other people, friends of mine that have programs, that have language schools, and there's a consensus. People will put more value if there's a money sign attached to it, independent of the amount of money. If they put money into it, they are going to have more motivation to not only start strong, keep going, but to finish it strong. And the third aspect is that if some people, and I would say more than half, I would say more than half of the people, if they don't have somebody to remind them of accountability, they do not progress. They do not move forward. Some people don't like to know that. Some people don't like that aspect. They believe that they have their freedom being taken away, or they're being treated like kids, and that's not the case. Even with very mature and very experienced people, every time that there's somebody else saying, "Hey, how's it going? What are you doing? How is your language studies coming?" Every time that there's that the motivation from outside, somebody kind of recalling the accountability part, there is more progression, right? And another aspect that I took from outside experiences is a prize. Every time people are rewarded for what they do, they achieve success in better rates. Okay, so take as it is. This was my research. If you want to use for your own purpose, go ahead. I don't care. There's no copyright on this thing. And personally, I believe in public domain. So use it as you want. So that was the motivation aspect of it, and the outcome of the SULP. From the beginning, there was a lot of interaction, a lot of motivation, an interaction-driven motivation, and as it was decreasing, and at a point, I really decided to step back for a while and see if there was going to be any change. There wasn't. So that's something that it needs to be a constant thing. Interaction from the admin side and interaction from other people. The social factor interferes or influences a lot. Okay, and the third thing is the consistency. The consistency part of it is directly related to the accountability part. So how much do you do daily? Some people like to sit down for hours and hours to study, like me. I can sit down for 5, 6, 7 hours and study the same subject without any major breakdown. I know. I've done 24 hours of study of one subject. I'll never do that again. It backfired on me, and that was Thai. You probably have seen my videos about it. It was bad, and it still has after the aftermath of it. I still felt. Anyway, so the consistency. Many of my friends who are experienced language learners point out the same thing. If you do even a little constantly, you improve faster, and your final result is much better than doing large chunks every now and then. So the accountability aspect makes a huge difference. Some people, like any other aspect, don't like it. They feel like they have to do busy work, and I understand where they are coming from, but the fact that you have to report to somebody what you've done and where you're at gives you more responsibility and accountability for what you're doing. So it helps with a lot of things. So despite the fact that some people don't like it, it is very important. It is very effective in language learning. Okay, so let's look at the individual aspect of the Step Up Language program. For those that followed the program from the inside, they could notice that life happens to everybody. I had surgery, so I was out of commission for quite a while, So although I could read and study while laying down and recovering, I couldn't make videos, and I couldn't interact much with native speakers. So I was studying little by little on my own, mostly on my phone. And some other people had other types of life events that took them away, like moving to other countries, moving to different cities, family events, what else? Trips in general, and other things. So those things can keep you from doing as much as you wish you could do, but you can still do a little. And some people proved that to be right. Some people traveled and still studied. I was sick, recovering in bed, and I still put some study, although from the outside it may not seem like. But the important thing is to have that balance. Okay, so if I can't do as much at this point, I have to make sure that I'm doing more later on or before, so I can balance out things. It's like to keep checks and balances, right? To make sure that everything has a balance. The problem is, because of the lack of motivation, either be personal motivation or the lack of attachment to the commitment, like there's no money involved, there's no prize involved. Other less important life events take precedence over that. Oh, I was too busy today, I wasn't able to do anything, or I had to, I don't know, I had to work on my garden, so I wasn't able to study. So those little events are like, they are a little pests for language learners or learners in general. Those cause problems because they are minor, they don't take the whole day, and they don't take as much mental exertion as other things, but they still take precedence over something that you're not fully attached. Okay, so having said that, let's move on to what is to come. Okay, I know some people will say that I'm doing this and I'm making this work because of experience I had in the past. To a certain extent, it is true. That's human life. We evolve and adapt according to experiences we have. We should life should be 80% The 80% of our actions should be a reaction to 20% of what happens to us, right? So as we adapt to these situations and we turn less than ideal situations into something better, makes us evolve, right? So I participated in programs and challenges before, and some people may think that I'm not thankful for them, but I am. I'm very thankful for it. And I even had the opportunity to travel to Greece in one of the challenges that I participate, and it was amazing, to see all the effort that I put in paid off. I was studying an average of 2 to 2.5 hours a day. Some days I would study 4, 5, 6 hours of Greek. I put a lot of effort in it, so it paid out. The negative aspect for me was that there was the support at the end with the prize. It was much less than ideal. The value of the prize was a focus and not a simple detail, and that left a little bitter taste in my mouth with the whole experience, because I put so much effort. I loved the interaction with other people, with the community. For those that participated with me in there, they knew that if they needed help, I was there to help them. It didn't matter which language. I helped in Spanish and Portuguese and French and Persian, and I don't have a problem with that. I believe in volunteer work. I believe in helping other people. I don't believe in leaving anybody behind, So at the end, I had to kind of wrestle a little bit to finally get my prize, and it even got shorter at the end. So anyway, because of that, I decided to set up this program for free, so people could come in, enjoy the learning, and get something out of it. But I kept on thinking that there is the lack of the extra motivation to make people, what's the word I'm looking for? Exceed their own expectation, to be better than they were before, to just improve overall, right? So I decided to make a little change, and that was a plan from the start, but I didn't know if it was going to be possible. And you know what? I'm going to implement anyway and see what happens. If turns out good, awesome. If it doesn't turn out good, I just keep on moving, because it's not going to affect me. It's just going to affect those participating, right? So what is going to happen? August 1st, we are going to have another session of the Step Up Language program. But this time, there will be 2 different sessions. There will be a session that is just like the one that happened. It is free. You can join and study the languages you want, participate in the discussions, participate in the communication on the page. It will always be free. Community should not have to be paid for. Community is social interaction. Okay? We're going to have that. But we are going to have another one. We're going to have one that will provide the extra motivation that some people want. And that is the prize. The same feeling that I had when I won a trip to Greece. I want to help other people to have that feeling. I want to provide a way that people they can put their effort, they can put the work in, and have it paid off. Some of you watching this video can buy a ticket at any point in time and go to any country you want. Some can't. So why not help those that can't? Because when effort is put, the impossible is achieved. I had a professor once that taught me a very important lesson. He said, diligence is omnipotent. Those words never left my mind. They are true. If you put effort and you keep on going to the end, you can do anything. You can achieve anything. And I want you to have the same chance that I had. Okay? So, what's going to happen? For for this tournament type of thing, this competition type of event, of course there will be a cost to it. But the cost is not for me. I'm not gonna get paid for it. The cost is towards the price. You're gonna pay for your own ticket, okay? But let me explain the details. Of all the money gathered from the sign-up fees, about between 60 and 70% of it is going to be used for tickets alone. Okay? So yes, you heard right. Not tickets. 2. The first prize will be a trip, not a ticket. No money for ticket. Will be a trip to wherever you want to go that speaks the language that you're studying. Okay? And some money to help with extra costs or for you to spend there. The second prize, okay, the second prize is also going to get a ticket. Let me take that back. He's also going to get a trip somewhere, whatever the country that speaks that language, the language the person is studying. And then the third prize is going to be something else. But again, it's going to be good. It's not going to be a trip, but it's going to be something else. I'm still thinking about the third place, but there will be a prize for the third place. Okay, 15% of the money from the fees will be used for other types of prizes, like t-shirts or free lessons or free books, different prizes. So people receive little rewards for the efforts they do on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. Okay? And then 15% of it will be used to make sure that everything runs smooth. You know, because it does take more than just desire to make this happen. You know, we need to have an accountability system. So I have to pay for a website. I have to pay to have a website made, and I'll probably have to have people paid whenever I can't run the show. You know, to make sure that everyone is getting their answers, their questions answered, that they are getting. If they can't find a book, I'll get the book, and or find the answer that you're looking for, and I'll put it online. If I don't have the answer, I'll probably have to pay somebody to answer that for me. You know, if you look for translators or people that write content, they all charge. And that was one problem that I had with the pilot program of SULP. I wanted to provide the language background, lessons and stuff, but I would always run into time and money because people would charge for those things. You know, some people charge to teach, some people charge to write, some people charge to make the website or keep it running, make sure it is running smoothly. And all those things have something else. So it's not only desire that runs this. And many of my friends that have paid programs or language schools said the same thing. It is impossible to run a language program or language school without having money involved. The free side of SULP will allow you to have interaction with the community, will allow you to ask your questions. I'll still help you out, you know. But on the tournament part, there will be accountability, there will be little rewards for what you do, and there will be a prize for the efforts that you put in. If you did learn that language, if you did improve that language, if you did put your work in, you're gonna get a trip. You're gonna move from point A to point B without the hassle of, oh no, it can't be that value. Oh no, it can't be that amount of money. No, I'm gonna take you from point A to point B. Okay? And if you're having a hard time finding a ticket, I'll find it for you. Or I'll have somebody find it for you. There will be no hassle. Sometimes it may take time. Yes. It is definitely not going to be first class, because that will mess up the percentages. But I'm going to take you to the country that you want to go. Because this is not a company, this is not a business, right? So I don't have to waste my money, I don't have to waste your money with marketing or an accountant or anything like that. The money from the fees are gonna go straight back to you guys. I'm gonna pay everything that has to be paid, and from the beginning, 60 to 70% of the money is going to be set aside and untouched until the end of the program. So when the end comes and the prizes are supposed to be given, you're going to get them within a week or two of the end of the program, or whenever you'd like it to happen. But it will happen. The first prize will get a trip to a country with some money to use for whatever is needed. The second place, the second winner is gonna also get a trip somewhere of their liking, and the third place is gonna get also a prize, not a trip, but will get a prize. So, but in order for this to happen, there's got to be a certain amount of people that sign up for it, of course, because the percentages have to cover the amount for the trip. So the minimum amount of people for at least one winner, one prize, it is about 30 people. Because if you think about it, I'm gonna give you the numbers. The fee for this participation, this program, will be $100. Period. No more, no less, is not going to change. Okay? So think about it. 30 people at $100 is $3,000. Okay? 60% of it, or 66%, so it helps with the math, is about $2,000. Right? So I cannot have a second prize with a trip. It doesn't work like that unless I send them from Colorado to California. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. Unless they want to go. If they want to go, it's fine. But think about it. I still want to give the small prizes. I still want to make sure that you have background support, the lessons and articles written about what you want to know, or lessons written about things about the language you're studying that you can find somewhere else. Content. If you're having problems with Chinese grammar, I'll have somebody write something about the Chinese grammar and I'm going to provide to you. So I want to make sure that you have that support, right? So that's why I'm giving percentages and not amounts, because it's easier to control. So 30 people will allow us to have a winner with a trip, and maybe the second prize would be something else, not a trip, maybe something else, to make sure that the second and third is getting something. It's not going to be as good if we have 40 or 50 people or more. So if we have 30, there will be one winner with the trip. That's the minimum. If we have 40 people, we'll have the first winner with the trip, possibly and hopefully the second winner with the trip, and the third winner with a better prize. But if we have about 50 people, we are going to have the first and second with the trip and a good prize for the third winner. Okay, so that's the breakdown. And just for us to start, I'm gonna put an email on the video description for the first 10 people that emailed me right off the bat. You don't have to pay. There will be no payment now. The payment is going to be only a week from the first. So you have a week to think about it and decide before all the financial background is set up. Okay, but the first 10 people that email me and sign up for the program, I'll give you your first. I'll provide the first lesson in the language you're studying for free. Okay, I'm gonna find the teachers, and you're gonna have 1 hour lesson on the language you want to study. The 10 first people. Okay, and the following 10 people, I'm gonna give them a 101 half an hour planning session for their language studies. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna talk about what do you want to study, what you want to study, what your goals are, and we can set up a schedule, a track for you to study. Okay. Let me think. I think we're good with this. I have some other ideas, but I'll bring to you later on. So this is it. The email is on the description. Email me, and the first 10 will get a 1 hour language lesson for free if they sign up for the program. Okay, if we get those 30 people for the program, that'll be awesome, so we can have somebody flying to the country they want to go. If we can get more, great. If we can't, it's fine. Like I said, the money that comes in is the money that's going to be used in the program. Doesn't affect me. I have my job, so I'm not looking into making money out of this. So let's make this happen and benefit other people. Even if you participate in the program and you don't have a chance, you have other people that put a lot more effort than you, you're still gonna get something out of it. You're not gonna be left behind. You're gonna come out with more than you expected. You're going to get more out of this. You're gonna interact with people. You're gonna get lessons. You're gonna get explanations. You're gonna get anytime you need. If you need to have a one-on-one with somebody with experience in language learning, you're going to have either me or somebody else. If I'm busy, I will get somebody else that can help you, that can guide you to achieve your own goals. But that's that's it. Okay, so on the first, we're gonna restart a free session of the Step Up Language program, and we're gonna have the Step Up Language program plus that will take you to the country you want to go. No strings attached. Okay, I know bumps will come, difficulties will come, things to change will come, but hey, this is human nature. Okay, every time you add the human factor into an equation, the result has a deviation. There is a change. Humans are imperfect. Humans are variable and changeable. So let's keep that in mind, okay? But I know you guys are gonna enjoy, because I enjoyed when I participated and when I got my prize, despite the negative side of it. I want you to feel the same way, because I don't need to make money out of it. I don't have a reason to mess up with the money of the program, and things are gonna run smoother. Because there's more motivation, there will be more success. For those that just want to participate for free, there will be one that is for free. Well, but I'd like to remind one thing. Those that sign up for the free challenge, for the free program, and give up on the challenge completely, they will probably not be able to sign up for the following one unless they explain what happened, and that will be on a case-by-case basis. Okay, because I don't think it's fair for somebody to take somebody else's spot when they just started something thinking, oh, I just wanted to see how it is, but I don't want to continue. I don't think that's fair. If you have a real problem, like a family problem or any other personal problem that is keeping you from continuing, is understandable. Okay, just to treat it lightly, I don't think is fair with the rest of the remaining of the community. Okay, so that's it. If you have any further questions or doubts, just email me. You can use the same email in the description, and we'll talk more about that later. Okay? You guys, take care.